Oh, hey, buddy, it's your old pal Scott, and this is Let's Talk Tabletop. Thanks for stopping by. Today, I want to discuss something that's really, really important and prevalent in the ecosystem of YouTube, and specifically wargaming YouTube, and that is battle reports. And there's so many different types of battle reports, and there's so many things that one person will like about battle reports, and another person will hate about battle reports, and I don't understand battle reports to begin with. So there's a lot to unpack here. I have never been into battle reports, and every time I watch them, I'm kind of left scratching my head. So let's dive into that. So essentially, you've got the different types of battle reports. You've got your competitive battle reports where they really just focus on the rules, interactions, and things like that. I understand where that might actually be really helpful in learning your army, right? If you're just starting some army and they're playing a game with that army, you're going, oh, that's how that rule works, right? But then there's a lot of battle reports that, in my opinion, would be more interesting, and that's the narrative battle reports, the custom battle reports, and things like that. And those are the ones I always try to watch because I got to tell you, I will fall asleep on a competitive one. And the narrative ones, while they may be well made, maybe the effects are nice, the terrain is nice, the army's well painted, etc., it's well edited, it still never really strikes me as something I want to spend my time on. And I've never really quite understood why people watch them. And I'm thinking to myself, in between the competitive and the casual battle reports, there's different types in that as well. So you've got the ones where they show every single dice roll, right? They show every single dice roll with like an up-close camera, and they will tell you exactly what's going on. I think there's slightly more of the competitive ones. And they will tell you exactly what rules, interactions are happening, etc., etc. Then you've got ones that really don't show any dice rolling at all. And you see them roll the dice, but it doesn't show you the results of each scoop, right? And then those are kind of more focused on what's happening on the board versus how many saves did you make, sort of scenario. And it doesn't seem like any of them in particular are super prevalent. Like, you think a battle report style would just go to the top, right? The cream rises to the top. You feel like it would be, people in general definitely want to see the dice roll results, and they definitely want you to have a specific camera for it, and they definitely want you to blah, blah, blah. But in all of these decades of battle reports, it doesn't really seem like anything has really risen to the top. And to be honest with you, I'm not even sure how many people really watch battle reports. I know there are many that do, but what percentage of the actual population of Warhammer or wargaming in general watches these battle reports? Now, there's a whole issue with Games Workshop and Warhammer and battle reports. I'll get into that in just a second. But what kind of battle report do you like? I've never found one that I actually like. Either they show you every single roll, and I don't care, or they set up some sort of narrative which would be neat to play in, but me as an observer, I'm like, I don't care. And then if one guy is going to lose, or one guy is going to win, or whatever, oh my gosh, it's a nail biter, I just don't care. Like, I'm not playing the game, right? If I were playing the game, I would have a stake in the game. I would have a dog in the race or whatever. But if I'm just watching two other people play, I just don't care. And that's why I've always been shocked the battle reports even continue to exist, because I'm thinking, who would care? Two people you don't know, and let's say you do know the host. You really like the host, you're talking mini wargaming or something, and you really like the host, and maybe you feel like you know them. But in most cases, you're not going to know the people. And I don't understand how people get invested in it. Now, I do know that some places like Mini Wargaming will do long campaigns of narratives following one single character. That seems like that could be neat, but if I'm really in for it for the story of this character, then you could essentially not show me the battle report at all. You could essentially, in my opinion, if I really cared about their character, what I would want to know is, what was the mission? Who were they fighting? How did it end? What was the mission? Who were they fighting? How did it end? I don't even need to see footage of the battle report, essentially. So you could basically just make a text document saying, "Oh, this is who they fought. This was a scenario, and he won." And that's all I care about, right? So it's weird that A, it's really hard to get invested in a battle report, and B, even if you were to get invested in just like that named character or whoever that's running the campaign, it's still weird to me because if your side wins or loses, who cares? It's not really your side, right? It's just two people playing a game and all right. So while I definitely understand for learning purposes the battle reports that show you the rules interactions and they're more competitive or whatever, I find them very boring. And the narrative ones, which would be right up my alley normally, because I'm not playing in it, I don't really care what happens, right? It's like football. I used to play football when I was younger, up and even into my 20s, and I loved playing football. I never really cared for watching football that much. Now, my dad loves football, and I watch football with my dad to do something with my dad, but I don't really care about football. I'm not really watching football. If you say, hey, Scott, let's go play some football, and assuming I'm not going to injure myself being practically 40 years old now, I'd be like, awesome, because then I'm participating in it. It's the same thing for this. If you go, hey, Scott, you want to play, Mass Brutality or Warhammer or whatever, and I'll go, oh, sure, and then I've got a dog in the race. But it's just weird to me that anybody watches these. And another thing could be said is, oh, the banter. Oh, I really like the banter. I don't have any close stores nearby me, so I kind of miss the banter between players, etc. I've never really seen banter that interested me that much. And if you heard that just then, that's one of my chickens. So let's see if that picks up on the mic. But anyway, now another interesting aspect of battle reports that I don't really understand is that Warhammer battle reports are essentially the only battle reports that generate any views whatsoever. Now, I'm part of a lot of groups on Facebook, one of them being Malifaux. So even though I don't play Malifaux anymore, I'm still part of these communities and things. I like to keep up with the games. And somebody posted a battle report. Other people were commenting going, hey, great, that's so cool that you made a battle report. We need more of these on YouTube because we need to combat all the Warhammer saturation on YouTube for battle reports. And the person said, well, yeah, if it got any views, then maybe we would. And I clicked on the video and it had like 150 views. And I'm thinking, now I know Warhammer is the biggest game, right? Out of all of it's the elephant in the room. So whatever percentage of people are into battle reports, it's going to be a larger number of people because it's a larger community. But I know there's more than 150 players of Malifaux in the world. I can guarantee you that. And yet they don't go for battle reports. And I'm thinking to myself, well, then who is the demographic for battle reports? I'm still so confused, right? Because is it people that just hobby and listen to it in the background? Okay, well, maybe that's what they do, right? Is it new players trying to learn the game and they want to see how their army plays on the battlefield? Maybe it's them, right? Maybe it's the super narrative people that really follow the campaigns and they are interested in the stories and how they pan out and all of that. Maybe it's them. Maybe it's the people that are not able to go to the store, or they don't have a local store, or they don't know anybody who plays, or they used to play and they can't play anymore for whatever reason. And this is like them living vicariously. Maybe that's the case. But it's so weird to me how you think there'd be one major demographic for most things, right? For most things, like the demographic for wargaming is usually like young to middle-aged men. It just pans out that way. I don't know why, it just pans out that way. Things sometimes just pan out like that. So you think that by now they would have formed like a key demographic of these are the people that watch battle reports, and a key format of this is the best way to do a battle report, and this is what will please the most people. And I just don't see it. I see it all different types of battle reports and seemingly all different styles. And every battle report watcher I've ever seen in my entire life says that they watch the first 10 minutes, the middle 10 minutes, and the last 10 minutes, or something of that nature, to see what the mission and who it is, and then see what happens halfway, and then see how it ends up. So I'm thinking to myself, why don't you just make the battle report that? Why don't you just make it a snippet, and a snippet. But then that doesn't really feel satisfying, I think, for a lot of people, right? That wouldn't feel like you really watched anything. But then again, why do I care how their game turns out? Maybe I'm being obtuse. Like maybe this is just me being hard-headed or thick-skulled or whatever, but I just don't get it. The thing that makes the most sense for me is either trying to learn your army via watching them, or it's just noise in the background, something you can occasionally look up while you're painting or whatever. I get that, and there's some people that are really into it for the banter. They're like, oh, I really miss the store banter because I don't have a store anymore. And I'm thinking to myself, I've never really heard any banter in these games that really did anything for me. So you let me know if I'm the weirdo in this case, and maybe I'm the one that's way off base and everybody loves battle reports. I don't know, man. I still just think there would be one format and one demographic that rises to the top, and I don't see it. Maybe I'm missing it. So you let me know. You let me know in the comments, and I truly do want to know. This is not engagement farming. I really, really am confused, and I would like to know. If you watch battle reports, why do you watch them? Literally, what are you doing while you watch them? And do you watch the entire thing? That feels like a gross waste of time for me, unless it's in the background. So, if you can please let me know that, I would love to know. And then I feel like there should be some best way to please the most people. And I feel like if I could get enough data from people who watch battle reports, then maybe you could figure that out, right? I don't know, man. But you know what I do know is that I am supported by my beautiful, sexy, good-smelling Patreon patrons. You see all these people here? And they're led by none other than Lord Mike. I thank you all so much for supporting the show. And, hey, I'll see you next week.